This cab mount is going to be the focus. The front support has the cage nut built in. The back support doesn't. As you can see, I have a little gap here.
I bet we can still make some sweet burnouts with this thing.
You kind of get the idea of where I'm going here. 1 to 10, a solid 4. Always keep that in mind.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Hope the holiday season treated everybody good. I know it did here. We're so blessed that we have so many friends and family that are involved in our lives, involved in our kids' lives. You know, we were treated well throughout the holiday season. My middle child had a birthday on the 21st. So in the middle of all the holiday stuff, we got to celebrate that as well. Everybody's been okay. A little sick, you know, a little head cold running around the house, but that's to be expected this time of year. Can't complain too much. We're ready to get back to work on the old K5 here. Gonna do some of the cab supports today, getting them replaced, start the process of rebuilding, and see where it takes us.
This cab mount is going to be the focus today, getting it cut out and replaced. Getting that cross brace that runs across the whole back, it's going to get fixed. That upright support's going to get fixed right there. But today we're doing this. We're going to get it cut out, welded in, starting the process of getting this thing back solid again. All right, guys, so as you can see, I got the old cab support out. Wasn't too bad, just slicing on the back side, cut it from the body, clean up where it mounts to the body. Got the new one clamped in place, just to eyeball how it's gonna look. As you can see, I have a little gap here. I had to cut back past the rot, obviously, and that left, you know, a ½ inch gap. No big deal. I have this scrap piece from when I did the passenger side. Obviously the passenger side wasn't rotted as far back, so I'll cut out what I need from this, fit it down in here, bridge that gap, get it welded up so it'll be nice and solid. I'll weld in my cage nut right here where this body subframe is. I'll drill a couple holes so I can spot weld it back to that subframe. I'll drill some holes up here so I can weld it back up to this body support, and she'll be solid back here again. The new cab support doesn't have that cage nut. This is the passenger side. That hole is where the body mount bolt would go through, but for whatever reason, on the back support, it doesn't have that cage nut. The front support has the cage nut built in, but the back support doesn't. So you gotta hope yours is salvageable. Mine was. I cleaned it up, threw some paint on it. So just need to get it lined up, figure out where it's going to go, where exactly it's going to sit.
Squarebody's checking out the K5. It's Cody's, not Mr. Zachary's, so it's about, I don't know, 600 horsepower less with the 350 TDI. I bet we can still make a sweet burnout with this thing.
I agree.
So the real question is, will it run? You know, looking over this thing here, and Cody's got some taken apart. And the real question is, will it run? Will it run with the home extension cord running to the starter? I don't know. But I think you're going to find out in this upcoming video of this 350, sorry, 350 TDI. I'm using my 305. So, like and subscribe to Southern Maryland Squarebodies and C10 Fall Maryland.
You never know what celebrities are going to show up when you're doing square body stuff. Good friend and neighbor,
Yeah.
Kyle Fannin.
We might even get like Kate over here today because he's got to pick up a water pump for the C60 build. So, you know, you might have 3 mediocre YouTubers. I count for 2.5, and then Kate's the other half, and Cody is the real one.
I'm just a guy.
Just a guy, camera.
All right, so you kind of get the idea of where I'm going here. I welded these pieces of scrap on the inside of the new cab support, and then made a cut here so I could snake that around to the outside of this original cab support. Did the same thing on this side. You can kind of see the profile of it. It's just a hair where it shoots out there. Yeah, so I'm going to weld it up here to the original support, and at that point it's essentially stitched together, and it's going to be as solid as you could ever want it to be. Get it welded up, get it painted up, come up here, I'm going to spot weld it. See, I've marked the holes where I'm going to drill out for my spot weld. Still have to weld in the cage nut, but it's all good. We're making progress. All right, we have a cab support. See, we got our little plating back here. Got our subframe spot welds. Got our body mount bolt and everything squared away. Got spot welds down there. So that part is done. I went ahead and got this section of the front floor cut out, and as you can see, I got really lucky because this front cab support is in very, very good shape. I was expecting it to be pretty much completely rotted out, and that's not the case at all. It's super solid. I got lucky. I'll take it. I'm not complaining one bit. You know, I got everything cleaned up, all the old floor out of here, and it cleaned up nice. It's solid. It's not rotted at all. The only spot really is right here. There's a flange that comes out about 1 inch off of here. It's just a 90-degree flange that would weld to the inner rocker. And I guess when the inner rocker rusted out, it took that flange with it. So I'll have to probably make a cut around here and bend a little piece over, like I said, just a 90-degree angle, and weld it back up in here. But the rest of it's solid. So like I said, got lucky. I'm happy with that. Everything else is in pretty good shape. I cleaned it all up with a flap disc. Everything on the top of this cab subframe, it cleaned up nice. There's no rot. I just need to go through and these little dimples here where I drilled out the spot welds, I'll fill those in, grind them back down solid. I cleaned up this spot here where they put their makeshift brace for the floor. That was probably the best option they had at the time, and it was a good try, A for effort, but it probably didn't work too good for them because the floor was so far gone. So we got that cut out, got it cleaned up. Of course, we'll get that painted. I want to let you all know that I was using these Benchmark abrasive flap discs. I got them for free. They were running a promotion on Facebook. They send you 2 packs, I think 10 total flap discs for free. You just paid for shipping. They had multiple grits, I think 40, 60, and 80. It was a good deal. It's a nice flap disc. I'm happy with it. It works good. It got all this cleaned up nice, and I have no complaints. It's better than cheap stuff from Harbor Freight. So check them out. They have a good product. But yeah, so we're about ready to throw some paint on here, getting it all ready to get the floors put in. We can start focusing on this next.
All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one. We made some good progress today. Getting that rear cab support done is a huge step in the right direction. Had to do a little improvising, but that's all right. Sometimes you got to make it work. Typically, that would have been a measure twice, cut once situation, but I had to get past all the old rot anyway, so it was what it was. Stitching the new cab support in there and bracing it is probably going to be stronger than just butt welding it, so I'm not too concerned about that. It's a repair that it's going to last another 30 to 40 years, and it's kind of ugly, but that's okay. I'm still surprised to find less rust than I expected after cutting away the rest of the floor. It's not a bad thing at all. You don't get that lucky too often. I can't wait to get the rest of the cab supports cut out and rebuilt. That's going to be a huge step forward. Once you get past all the tedious stuff and move on to the floor pans and rockers, it starts to get done like really quick. Before you know it, we're going to be throwing an interior back in this thing. I hope everybody had a great 2024 and that your 2025 is even better. I'm excited for the new year. There's going to be some big things happening with my 2 trucks. 2025 should bring some great content for you guys. I hope to see some of you out at the big shows next year. I'll be definitely hitting up the Patina Party that Restomod puts on. That's an awesome show. That is a don't miss type of show. Make sure you get there. I'll be at the Old Dominion C10 Rally that Zach Orr helps put on. I'll be at the C10 Fall Revival out there in Denton, North Carolina. I'm excited for that because my wife and I are going to be road tripping down there to celebrate our 8-year anniversary. But we're going to be taking my 1980 C10 on our first big long trip in it. So I can't think of a better way to celebrate a wedding anniversary than with some of your best friends and a few thousand old school pickups. I can't wait for that. I'm excited for it. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. Have a great new year. We'll see you next time.